Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy, it's your man, Dirty C. And today I really just wanted to do a quick off-the-cuff video about the Forspoken demo that recently dropped. And this one kind of hurts, I'm not gonna lie. Forspoken is a game that I was super looking forward to, wildly looking forward to. As soon as they announced it, I loved the art style. I loved that concept of being like a modern day teenager that's just up and transported to this fantasy realm. But most importantly, I loved the fact that in this day and age of just constant remake and remaster and all this stuff that's just, preying on nostalgia, right? That it was just a completely new IP from the ground up. I feel like that doesn't happen as frequently as a lot of us want it to, especially with these big AAA games. And it's Square Enix. Say what you want about Square Enix, they certainly have their duffs, but certainly a respected studio. So, when I jumped into the Forspoken demo, I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed at first. And let's just get into it. First and foremost, the visuals. I do not think that this game looks very good, especially of what we have for this current generation of console technology. I screwed around with my TV settings. I was constantly jumping between the different graphical modes that we have. And I can only get it to look semi-decent on performance mode, which is fine. I value frame rate over resolution most of the time anyway. But with a purely current gen game, I don't think I should have to wrangle with the settings on my TV or wrangle with the different graphical modes just to get something that looks acceptable. I mean, even being more specific about the visuals, I think, there's a lot of particle effects going on with the magic that she uses, and it just looks bad. It's not clear. It doesn't look smooth in any way. It's really rough. When I think good particle effects of this current generation, right? If anyone has played Returnal, those effects when you warp somewhere are so crisp and so smooth. When I played Returnal, that was one of the first things that made me go whoa, we are in the new generation of consoles. And Forspoken's particle effects like that are just not good. The way her lacy, frilly shawl looks as well, it just looks muddled and unclear, and it's just... that was the first thing that really struck me, was that the visuals are not up to current generation standard. Now I know, and I'm going to say this a bunch of times throughout this video, I know this is only a demo. I get that, okay? And I get that the finished product is probably going to be, way more smoothed out than what we got. However, it makes me a little nervous for the final product, that's for sure. Furthermore, with the visuals, I don't know what anybody else's experience was. I had a bunch of animations bug out. Where she would go to cast magic in front of her and then her arm would just spaghetti behind her or to the side. Again, demo, I'm hoping things like that will be polished or have a day one patch that will, clean it up a little bit. But that, again, not a great first impression. Moving on, the combat. Okay, the combat was fun. I like that there are a bunch of different abilities that you could use, but the constantly having to open up a wheel, select what you want for different enemy types, and then firing away just feels clunky. Just feels clunky. And really just breaks the immersion sometimes. That's it. It reminds me a lot of Horizon Forbidden West, which again was not a bad game. I enjoyed Horizon, but one of the things that really annoyed me about Horizon was constantly having to open up that stupid weapon wheel. And it just seems like that concept, that annoyance got taken to the next level with Forspoken, because there are just so many you know, switching between 2 types of magic, and then within those 2 types of magic, picking the special skill that you want, and picking the special school of magic that you want to use, or picking the ability. There's just so many of these weapon wheels that I just feel, me personally, I'm going to get tripped up on that, and that's just going to become an annoyance real quick. Now, other than that, I did think the combat was fun. You find an ability that you like, you stick with it, sure. My concern comes in with these different enemy types. How often are we going to have to be switching between these different types of enemies? Alright, moving on. Oh, yeah, just looking at my notes here. Probably the most annoying part of this demo. And I understand that there are translation issues and all kinds of stuff like that, but the dialogue is bad. The banter between your gauntlet, and I forget what her name is, the protagonist, is just awkward. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The emotions in which they talk to each other don't really match up. Probably the most nail on a chalkboard thing for me is that they add F-bombs and cursing just for the sake of having F-bombs in the game. Like, our character's constantly just like, F that, or I need an effing break. And like, I'm no stranger to bad words. Like, I curse like a sailor sometimes, but it just felt forced. It felt contrived. It just felt bad. Now, I understand that, like I said, there's probably some translation issues, localization issues, things like that. But man, like, again, total immersion breaking for me. We're just some of this just bad dialogue. All right. So that being said, it's not all bad. All the traversal stuff that they have showed off actually proved to be, it was really fun. I felt that it was really smooth. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a couple of minutes to warm up to it because it felt very Assassin's Creed-y to me, right? You hold down a button and you can pretty much traverse anything. But I felt it was way more smooth than anything Assassin's Creed related. Like, I didn't find myself accidentally running up a tree like you do in Assassin's Creed all the time, right? I felt like that system really worked, especially for the open world that they've created. That is vastly like open, and I don't want to use empty. It felt alive. It felt lived in. Maybe not Red Dead Redemption level lived in, but I think for that type of smooth, fast traversal system, you need huge, wide open spaces. And I think the traversal system is probably the best thing about this demo. It was great. It was fun. It was fluid. It made it high-paced. Also, I felt just technically that the haptic controller utilization was on point. The vibration felt good. The haptic triggers felt good. Look out! But at the end of the day, you know, our list of gripes, I don't think can really be saved by one traversal mechanic and haptic controller function, right? So we'll see when the final product comes out. I hope that the story is engaging enough. I hope that they clean up the animations. At this point, I'm sure there's not much they can do about the dialogue, so we'll probably just have to deal with that. But either way, guys, I'm still excited for Forspoken. I've had it pre-ordered for a while now. I've watched it go through 2 delays since I've had it pre-ordered. And we'll see what happens, but either way, you know, this demo leaves me with a little bit of anxiety, for sure. Either way, everybody, thank you so much. If you made it all the way through the video, thank you so much for listening to this. It means a lot. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I want to know what you guys think about this demo. So, either way, everybody, it's your boy, it's your man, Dirty C, signing off, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.